Among the driver lineups that are yet to be confirmed, Red Bull's second seat happens to be one of the more significant ones. It is currently occupied by Sergio Perez, who hasn't had as smooth a transition to the team as many had predicted he might. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko has now revealed the tentative timeline by which they will announce their driver lineup for next year while speaking to Motorsport Magazin. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Red Bull set to decide Sergio Perez's future in the team soon. Marko began by confirming that Perez isn't happy with his performance gap to teammate Max Verstappen. Of course, he is not happy with the gap to Max. He tried his own setup instead of Max's, which is maybe not the easiest for a driver. He then pointed out the main issue that all previous second drivers at Red Bull have struggled with. Max doesn't mind it, even when the car oversteers in fast corners. All our second drivers had problems with that. Perez the same, and that's why he tried his own setup, but it didn't work. He then confirmed they do have a few alternatives for Perez if they need it, but reiterated they want to move ahead with the current lineup. There are a few options, but I don't want to name names. The intention is to continue with the 4 drivers we have. He signed off by revealing the timeline by which a decision can be expected. Probably at Spa or between the first 2 races of the second half of the season, we will announce our drivers, both for AlphaTauri and Red Bull. Fast feed. Aston Martin Performance Director Tom McCulloch has explained that it was and is more or less never-ending process of iterative development. Or, to put it another way, if any part of their car is licked by the wind, they've probably updated it at some point in the last 4 months. They know that their car is still not the fastest, but it is now closer to their main rivals' cars in terms of performance than it was at the start of the season. Alfa Romeo team principal Frederic Vasseur has suggested that the budget cap was not directly about the future of Alfa Romeo in the sport, but more about the future of Formula One itself. Last year, because of the cost reduction and the redistribution of prize money, it was simply survival. Alpine's Fernando Alonso has always steered aggressively in the middle of the corner, and then he goes by how the front tyres feel. If the steering goes softer, it means they are losing grip. When it gets harder, they have too much grip, and you can expect the rear of the car to move. Normally, he feels everything with his hands at the front of the car. If you take that away from me, I'm dead. Other drivers might do it differently, but I'm defenseless if I can't feel the front tyres. Then I can't predict what the car will do, Alonso concluded. McLaren's Daniel Ricciardo thinks that there was kind of a lot of little reasons which left him to feel like leaving Red Bull or moving on from Red Bull was the right thing at the time. He was kind of concerned with the culture, but also what his place in the culture looked like moving forward. He felt like he was going to become slightly more frustrated, probably more complacent, where everything is just a little bit too easy. Williams' George Russell watched the Silverstone incident 100 times, just like everyone else. For him, it was a racing incident. There was nothing malicious about it. Lewis is one of the cleanest and most honest drivers out there. Former F1 world champion Mika Hakkinen feels that it's very easy to talk about someone who becomes world champion and always wins, and then criticize his teammate. It's an easy comparison, but you often forget the full picture of what it's like to be half of a winning team. I won 2 world titles myself because Coulthard was a very strong teammate, Hakkinen added. Valtteri knows his job is to perform better than the team's rivals, especially now that Red Bull and Honda have made such a big leap forward. Should Red Bull continue with Sergio Perez in 2022? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula One.